thought, like, you know how sometimes it cuts your ears off and stuff? I thought maybe the green screen would help with that, but it doesn't really. It looks pretty much exactly the same. It does help a little bit, but
did you go in and actually set up green screen settings? Because a lot of times there's an actual setting specifically for green screen, and that makes all the difference.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I'll look into that then. Maybe that was my problem, because I was like, this isn't really working the way I thought it was supposed to.
Yeah, because I don't think I mean, they're not that expensive, but I don't think they were that you paid that little for it. I mean, it was a $60 or $70.
Yeah, I think it was $60 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll check out those settings. Thank you. I didn't know about that.
With a whole bunch of dudes and a couple really cool chicks. Come here to learn, come here to teach. Mostly we come to bullshit. Cariboo Hart, we all play our part in this cannabis game. Cariboo Hart, come pop a squat, recreate, or just kill your pain. Rolling up weed into a bunch of dudes and a couple dang dab hits. Laughing along, getting real stoned. Don't forget, dear Uncle Rick. Cariboo Hart, we all play our part in this cannabis game. Cariboo Hart, come pop a squat, recreate, or just kill your pain.
Hello there.
Right.
Good evening.
Right off the bat, I see Tyler Schwoob asking the hard questions for Rainbow about what makes your nutrient line different and why should I switch over to you? And the answer to that right now, Schwoob, is we don't know because he's not here. I sent him the link. I was in contact with him as recent as last night, and it was all good to go. But he did tell me he is in the middle of a move right now, so maybe something came up. Hopefully he's just running late. Otherwise, we just look like a bunch of assholes again. So, but we do assholes really well around here. So, Cariboo Hart TV episode 262Bs. Let's do it, brother.
I was saying, man, I figured looking like assholes is just kind of our thing by now.
Well, you got to play to your strengths, right? And, we do that well. So, why not?
Shout out to 311 for showing us a real booth master today in Discord.
That was slightly disturbing. I ain't gonna lie. Something really wrong with some of you folks.
Slightly?
Slightly.
Fuck.
God, I'm sure sorry I don't do Discord.
Oh, you'd love it, Rick. You'd love that picture. That'd be just right up your alley.
Right? I feel like that is some shit.
Pun
when
intended.
Rick first got the internet, like him and all his friends like emailed that shit back and forth. Right? That was trying to fuck with each other. I feel like that is the perfect picture for them.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I bet
what
Rick's
talking
still
about.
gets
I'm clueless like Rick is. It's just like, I wish I knew what they were talking about, but nope. It's okay, Rick. We'll be friends. Fist bumps, all that shit.
Hey, how was your weekend, buddy? I saw a couple of nice pictures of some nice waterfalls in your travel.
I had a great weekend. It was tiring as fuck. Yesterday was one of those days where, like, I'll be honest, like, I this is where I sit right now. This is where I prep up my nutrients in my water bucket. Shit, right? I do it in a 5-gallon bucket. The 5-gallon bucket was sitting right here beside that fucking plant right there, or where that plant is. And for about 8-9 hours, it took me of sitting here with just absolutely no motivation, looking at the bucket. It's empty. Well, it's full of water, but no nutrients. Looking at all my poor plants that are just screaming, feed me, please. We're dying of thirst over here. I'm just like, fucking, wow. Like, just. So it was like I had to go back to work today to get some rest just about. But it was a great time. Got to just watch my daughter swim underneath some waterfalls, which was really cool. Got to me is one of my favorite moments of the weekend was I got a video of her and asked her, "Did you ever think you were gonna get to swim underneath the waterfalls?" And she says no, and I kind of pan over and you can see everybody swimming in the waterfall there, and it was just to me an amazing moment. yeah, hell of a time to be had. Anybody that's ever considered doing the back road trip from up Cam Hendricks Way and come out in Barkerville, I recommend doing it. You're going to see some beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Shit, after some of the stuff I seen you post and everything, I want to go make that fucking trip now.
Do it, man. We'll take you along every step of the way.
Yeah. Hey, well, one of these times, me and the wife, we like to go vacation in random spots. That sounds like a fucking jam. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, it'd be a great time. So like the kind of the basis for this trip, other than having fun, is some of my lifelong friends that I've been buddies with for 30 plus years. They're writing a book, kind of from a tourist perspective, or for tourists, I guess, that want to go cruising the BC interior, and it's like a waterfall tourist book. And he's picking all these waterfalls throughout central British Columbia. And, you know, he's great, giving them like a Richter scale of 1 to 10 to, like, you know, how awesome are they? How accessible? Can you get to the top or the bottom? And, you know, like, is there trails in? You got to rough it, all that kind of stuff. And so we're helping them out with that. And it's, you know, it's just a great time, great experience with great friends as well.
It sounds pretty sweet.
And some serious anxiety-driven fucked up stories.
Yeah, that was a fucking well, I don't know. I don't think I was actually gonna drown, but it got to the point where I was like, I needed help, and I was like, holy shit, this might actually happen, and right in front of my 8-year-old kid. This is a pretty scary fucking thought right there. And then just because it's just kept, like, I couldn't get flat. My shoes just started weighing me down and just like bobbing me up and down with the cork and getting a little bit lower each time I'd come up. It's just like, holy fuck. By the time I got them off, I was gassed out. It was just like, fuck. But you know, it all went well, I guess you could say. I'm still here. Yay. How's everyone else doing? I see Bees here. I just about got us a new dab frog, and to be honest, I was like, I'm gonna mail this to Bees, but then we didn't go back to that store. We so Barkerville, where this trip ended up, we went go into the Chinese store, and they had a dab frog which appeared to be about the size of the one that you play, and then a little mini one.
Oh, sweet.
And I was gonna get you for sure at least the little mini one, and also maybe the other one. And then, but we didn't go back to that store because when you're fucking doing tourist things and you have very good intentions of, oh, we'll go back there.
Yeah, the fuck you will.
Never fucking happened.
I know. Yep, totally.
I went back to the store with the free refills of coffee though.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, everything probably revolved around that store. It's like fucking. Well,
never
if we get
100 feet,
right? Yeah.
You know, I had to reread this comment like more than once because the first time I read it was way funnier than what this comment actually says. In my head, I read, my 4-year-old almost drowned because she wouldn't stop climbing on my head. And that was really fucking funny. But now that I've read it properly, it's not as funny.
I want to say welcome to all our friends in chat. Weed Nerd, Adam, Red Setter Farms, Crispy Wannabe. Great to see everybody. That story reminded me of a story about 8 years ago. My son came up and for his birthday, and I decided to take him river rafting. So we went out to an area called Clearwater. And, well, first of all, I paid to go on this thing. I actually paid money to go on this thing, and it wasn't cheap, but included in this, so we got to Clearwater, and we got in a bus, and it took us up the river, and then we got into the raft, and then we went down the river. And included in this river raft guided tour was a walk. It just said a walk to a waterfall. I forget exactly how, a nice walk or a brief walk or something like that. Anyway, so we pulled the raft in along the way, and I said, okay. I looked around where this walk is going to be, and then I looked up, and that's where it is. It was up there somewhere. So we started hiking, and there was maybe a dozen people on this raft, plus 2 or 3 guides. And got about halfway, and I mean, I can hardly, like, it's all I could do to catch my breath. And the rest of the crew went on ahead of me. My son and one of the guides stayed behind to wait for me. So, and actually another couple stayed back too. So we started hiking up again, and of course I get about 2/3 the way up, and now I'm gasping for breath. I'd like, it's all I can do to just it's all I can do. And so one of the girls said, "Okay, here's what you have to do." She said, "You have to like breathe slowly, And I'm looking at her, like it's all I can do to catch my fucking. And you want me to breathe slower than this? I'm gonna die. Anyways, we got all the way up to, and I swear it was like 3/4 of an hour uphill all the way, for which I remind you I paid for. Okay, then it was going to be down about 10 minutes, and I said, you know what? I think I'm just going to sit here and I'll watch you. But it was a beautiful waterfall.
You're going to pay, all right.
2 big cascading waterfalls coming down, and yeah, you could go underneath and do all that kind of stuff. And I just watched. I thought that was pretty cool. So we got back down to the river, and then we headed down a ways, and then we got to a big rock where people were jumping off this rock. And I thought, what the hell? They can do it, so can I. And I got up to the top of this rock, and I bet you I was 20 feet above the water. And the river was running pretty good. And I thought, okay, if I'm going to make it, I'm going to have to jump as far out as possible, so I'm not going to hit the rock. And then Buddy was down. He had a rope and a life preserve down at the bottom. So when people jumped, then he would throw the preserve out to him and drag him back in. Well, in my wisdom, I decided that I'm going to jump further than anybody else because I didn't want to hit the rocks. So I jumped and I went under and I came back up, and he threw the preserve and I missed it, and I started going down the river, and well, they finally got me, but it was exciting. And again, I paid for all this. I paid for this.
Yeah, it sounds like you got some money's worth.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, don't think I'll be going back on that ride again.
Oh, no, that didn't sound like good. Hey, Beef, I just want to commend you on your choice of paneling tonight. All right, there's a lot of good going on.
I thought I'd bring all 3 together so you guys could see how great it is.
I fucking love it, man. It was a choice, and I like it.
I do love that one wall, though. It is pretty. Yeah, that one. Not the old, 40s, trailer.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that is in every lawyer's office ever, all right?
The ceiling, I'm pretty sure, is flooring.
Yeah, I was just going to say, either that's flooring or you're standing on your head, or what's going on there, buddy?
It's a trip, I tell you.
Yeah, no, it's almost identical to my flooring.
Now that I see the ceiling, that's way better than I even imagined. Like, that is amazing right there.
Yeah. It's pretty great. You guys don't even, understand where I live.
Hey, we are starting to get the picture.
We're learning.
The house is great, but, you go outside, it's fucking a fairy tale. I live in a fucking paradise. I saw your
video. It's beautiful.
Well,
yeah.
Take us out there, man. Take us out there.
Well, it's
that dark. Might be the only internet corner he has.
It's true.
Been touchy with the internet.
Take 2 steps and it disappears.
We'll do it. We'll do it. But not today. I'll just have to prepare.
It is some beautiful fucking scenery you got out there, though.
It is. Yeah. You're very lucky.
Totally.
So what's everybody smoking on tonight?
Man.
Blueberry. Myself.
I have choices.
Oh, shit.
I know.
Good.
I know. So I have a little bit of garlic goat. I have sake souffle, and I have the machine.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Sure.
Yeah. The sake souffle is by far my favorite.
Yeah.
They're all great. But
I've heard that's really good.
What do you really like about that sake souffle?
It gets me stoned every time. That's what I like about it. Like I can smoke a bowl and it's the same every time. Like it doesn't dumb down. Not that the other ones do necessarily, but you know.
No, I totally get what you're saying, man. Sometimes you smoke that shit and like, you know, like by the third bowl or something you've had of that strain, you're just like, man, it's really not doing it anymore. You know, it was great, but now it's like, yeah, if it gets it every time, I mean, that's a hell of a fucking accomplishment.
Yep. So, but I don't know.
So what the Golden Goat does to me is where it's just they maybe just because every time, you know, I'll harvest it and I'll get 2 ounces of plant kind of thing, and then it goes away for a little bit until the next one. But that's just a rager where you smoke 2 or 3 joints of that to get your morning going, and you're just fucked, dude. Like hard too. You're just like, yeehaw, giddy up. It's good time. But what's the nose like on your sake souffle there, Bees? Because like mine's like almost floral, but it kind of smells like the Golden Goat on the back end.
Well, there's definitely a little bit of floral, but I don't know, man. It's like, it smells like a rise.
Nice.
Like I get the same, they all have a little bit different out of the 3 that I got, you know, but like it's the same. Like I noticed it at Fluffy's because he had with the Stranger Danger and the Golden Goat, I think it was.
Yeah. Yep. We had those too.
And yeah. There's what other one? It was like, something. There's like some like stringent fucking smell like way up in the top of your nose that just like seems to grab you.
That's a great way to say it. It's an astringency. Like it's got that little weird nose. And it's a smell that goes along with it, but it's right up in the fucking top cavity of your nose, and it's like kind of makes you want to fucking do the wiggle.
Yeah.
That's like fucking.
Yeah, it's. I mean, whatever. Yeah, good job. Yep.
I was gonna like do up a dab, but now you got me wanting to smoke some sake souffle. So.
Yeah. I got some Adam's grapple critter that I grew out, and that's another one. It's always enjoyable. It always does the job. It's good stuff. I like it.
I'm actually stoked as fuck about my grapple fritter, dude. I always am, but you remember how I was bitching the last time I couldn't get nug size out of it, and I thought that was kind of more of a me problem. I had something I did. I got decent nugs, and these things will not fucking dry out for me, because that's another thing you've heard me bitch about a million times. I've got about a 4, maybe 5 days before my shit's usually dried as fuck around here, so I gotta really watch it. And it's been the better part of a week now, and it's still like trying to cut off a few nugs so you can burn up a tester joint or 2 is in like, you know, then they barely want to burn. So it's just like, this is a good sign that I can get a longer dry period and more likely get a proper cure time out of it. So I love it.
Yeah, dude, man, those fucking nugs. You know, if yours came out anything like mine, those nugs were so fucking just tight, dense, fucking. I mean, you could throw those motherfuckers through a window when they were fucking wet, dude.
Yeah.
Take your eye out.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I guess if it was pointy, it'd take your eye out. Otherwise, it just split your fucking dome open, though. I mean, those things are solid, man. You get hit with one of them and be like somebody throwing a rock at your ass.
It's like fucking take the stem from behind and it's like, remember Dumb and Dumber style? Freaking cane behind the walking. Fucking fat a motherfucker out.
I get the orange suit. That's what we need.
So I finally found a place to move to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
So I'll be moving really soon.
Is it the United States?
No, it's actually on the street that I grew up on my reserve. So it'll be really cheap. I'm gonna save some money. But it's kind of small, so it'll take a little bit to get used to it.
Well, it can't be much smaller than where I'm living. Trust me. It sucks, but you can adapt and learn to live with it.
Totally. Like, there's no point in me moving into a bigger place just to move in another 6 months to a smaller place again. You know what I mean? So this is going to work out perfect. Right on the water.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, across from the water.
Well, hey.
But there's no houses in front of me, so.
I mean, if you were on a houseboat, that would be fucking sweet too. But
that would be sweet.
Dude, a houseboat seems like the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd
Some
get
of those are
behind that.
nice.
Like, yeah, I mean,
they're like $1 million.
Like,
they gotta be.
I think I could do
they
like the shack one though. You know, like the fucking Louisiana swamp people fucking houseboat. I totally think I'd get behind one of them too, though. I think I'm trashy enough for that.
Where you like buy additions and they're just barges that you've built.
And just
tied them
whatever,
up.
no, it's just whatever you found alongside the river. You just tied back to your fucking boat and made it. You know?
Walk around in cut off jean shorts.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Daisy
that's what I
Dukes
do.
too. All right, right.
That's fucking what I do.
Short,
There's gonna
really
be a nut
short
flopping out.
jean
That's
shorts.
right.
I can
Butt
totally see.
cheek.
I could see you doing that fluff with like the 80s.
Caribou, we
style
have
top.
seen you do it.
Great.
That's too funny.
Yeah, I would basically just be wearing the shorts Caribou was wearing. I mean, those ones. Yeah.
He's gonna loan them to you.
Oh God, the thought of that just hurt my head a little bit.
I know, me too.
You said it.
Shit, I know, and then I made myself laugh about it. I said it before I actually thought it through.
Oh,
I know, and then the thought hits you, and it's like, ooh.
Yes, I did. You're rubbing off on me.
All right, I feel like I need to do a dab before I get that joint rolled here. So I feel, dab frog. Oh, hey, wasn't it playing?
There you go.
Nice ass.
Yay, dab times. Who doesn't
So-
love dabs? Woo, 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 woo!
So I was just curious, man, if I was wanting to like tell people about the whole live fucking chat thing and I hit this button, that's how that works. Dude, I'm so happy I can hit buttons.
Knock the power down.
Do what?
You know, you put a bunch of monkeys in a room with typewriters and they'll fucking write you some Shakespeare.
I'll write it sometimes.
Just for that, I'm going to live chat.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Live
I'm in
chat.
live
Uncle
chat
Rick, he's coming into the 21st century.
with all the cool people.
Howdy,
Oh,
Uncle
cool.
Rick. My name is Brad. How are you?
This thing just talked to me. I swear to God, it talked to me.
Like totally
It's
did.
about time you bought the fucking computer that fucking actually talks to you so you can figure out what you're doing. The geriatric computer was always the one you needed.
Except the computer is always like, no, stop.
Is the phone
No.
with the really big buttons on the way too?
Stop. No. Please,
Yeah,
stop.
He didn't
Don't
realize
do
that
it.
thing that went the weird screen shaking and the weird sound that sounds like it's fucking wrong. He was like, I don't even know what that is. Keep hitting that.
Oh shit.
So, I have a question that I
This
would
better
like
be good.
you to fucking transmute. Okay. So, like, how does one deal with being a fucking such an instrument in pop culture? That's what I want you to ask Tommy. Like,
Oh, okay.
people base their whole fucking lives on Cheech and Chong. You know what I mean? Like, so like,
So
is
in
that
other words, yeah.
is so like I want to know through you, like, is that something that's even thought about? I mean, like, do they feel the gravity of things? They gotta. I just want to know, like, how do you fucking how?
Yeah. In other words, how does it feel to be like me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I mean, we'll ask you first.
Is
Rick.
it
So how does
lonely?
it feel to be that fucking
Is it
icon
lonely?
that you are?
Is it lonely?
The master of the stem rub. I mean, tell us, Rick.
Oh,
well,
yeah. Ask him how many times he rubs his stem too.
It's only fair that Tommy answers before me, since he's the guest. So I'll let him go first. But that's a good question, and I think that question has been presented to them before.
I'm sure it has. So don't ask it.
But I did want to open a conversation about that whole thing, about like the influence that they had. They were so far ahead of their time. The influence that they had on that generation, well, my generation, is it's a lot bigger than only because I've been thinking about it so much over the last little while. But it had a lot bigger effect on me than I realized, and I think on society. And the thing that Spartan was talking about the other day about the influence that comedians have, because comedians they're the ones that stand up for the First Amendment, and they're the ones that'll take it to the limit. They'll push the envelope to see how far they can, what they can say, what they can get away with, and so like they have been big game changers in the past. And yeah, no, that's a good question, Bees.
So that's the lead up to the real question that I want to know, and what animal he would be.
You know what? Yeah. For you.
By the way, I would be a hippo.
This is a Cariboo Hart question, but for you, my friend, guess what? That's just gone to fucking near the top of the list. Absolutely.
You're the man.
Now that's an important question.
That is an important question. And a hippo. Why a hippo today?
Dude, I watched this video of these people at a resort in fucking like Zambia, right? And you just hear this like fucking goo goo goo, and this hippo comes running across the fucking grass, right? Like just in their yard, and like spins around, and a second hippo comes, and they just fucking like dueled it out right in front of these people, man. And it was like, fuck.
Oh, those big jaws.
Yeah, they open like 180 degrees or something fucking
dude,
crazy.
And they are brutal as shit.
Hell yeah, man. Like they're fat bastards, but you wouldn't like, they were fucking nimble on their toes.
Well, I think they're faster than you realize too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I think they're more violent than people realize too.
Like the size of this dab rig, like fucking dang.
Chad, I noticed be sure to ask about his hot wife. I went a step further, and I asked his manager if she would join us for just a cameo appearance tomorrow night, and he said, I won't promise anything, but I'll talk to Tommy about it. So we just may see Shelby on the show tomorrow night.
That's precious.
I'm pulling all stops on this, buddy. I'm pulling all stops.
Rick, what are you gonna wear?
Now that was Goddess's question.
Are you gonna dye your hair and your eyebrows?
I haven't decided. I may go out of my way to do.
You should draw them on real high, so you look surprised the whole show.
Oh my God.
You mean like look more surprised?
Yeah.
But I totally asked him that. I'm like, are you wearing a special outfit tomorrow?
Wear your birthday suit.
No, don't do that.
But last night I did a live with Prohibition, and we're talking about the show, and the American one came on, and I want to do a shout out to him because just as I said your name, my friend, there you are. Good to see you, Tao. Anyway, I gotta say, Tao, I really do appreciate what you sent me last night. because during the show we were talking about or I had mentioned a band that I had followed in the 60s. My buddy's older brother had this band, and I figured he'd be about the same age as Tommy, and then maybe they knew each other when they were in Vancouver. And I mentioned the name of the band, and it was Jason Hoover and the Epics, and the American one. I guess you Googled it. I mean, I could have Googled it, but you did on my behalf, and I watched it, and it just brought back so many fond memories, my friend, and I'm really glad about that. Really grateful. And I can't tell you how excited I am about tomorrow. This is probably the pinnacle. I mean, it has to be. I mean, does it get any better than this? I
have a super important question to ask you, Rick.
Let me write it down.
No, this is for you. For you.
How many Viagra are you going to take before the show?
No. Have you gone to see your doctor and make sure your heart's all right? All right. I don't want fucking Tommy to pop up on screen backstage and there be no show because your ass fucking shit just popped and fucking you freaked out, had an aneurysm or something. Are you medically cleared to do this show?
This will turn out to be like an old Blue incident from Old School, that movie where you're kind of like the fucking hot chicks with the fucking in the KY pool, except for Tommy Chong. Rick's just gonna throw himself a jammer right there on the spot. You got a good point, Rick. We should maybe have a pacemaker installed before you do this for your own health, buddy.
Hey, you know your buddy who helped you do the tent. You should maybe have him on standby just for a little bit of, you know, just in case. You know, you might need some chest compressions. It's fine. It's fine.
I want each and every one of you by the phone just in case you suddenly see me go like this. Oh boy. Yeah.
No, that's like every button. Everybody's got a comment like Oprah style. You get to have your comment up. You get to have your comment up. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Kingfishers is good. He says, a couple years ago, Uncle Rick didn't know if he wanted to be on a show. Now Tommy Chong is coming on his beginner grower show. That is too funny.
You know, I really was. Maybe did he put the beginner grower show in quotes? Because it really needed quotes. Because at some point, I mean, there was one episode that way, but it really kind of veered hard left. It pivoted, as maybe they say in the industry.
It's really very difficult to get a beginner grower to come on to a YouTube show, believe it or not.
I had great intentions, and of course, I'm thinking that I was the only beginner going to be on the show. So, and it would all be all the experienced growers teaching me.
We're all fucking beginners. We're all still learning as we go. So,
true.
You're thinking about it wrong.
That's true. No, totally. That's what we were saying. Like, really, you're always a beginner because you're always learning new things. So
yeah.
Did anybody do anything else fun on the weekend?
Yeah, what happened? It seemed to come and go pretty quick there.
Yeah, it did.
Yep, and here we are in August.
Right.
This weekend coming up.
Summer's over.
Got a whole bunch of live.
Stop it, Sam.
What was that, Cariboo?
This weekend coming up, gonna go see a bunch of concerts up in Prince George. So that's
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you were saying, what's the fucking lineup you're going to? You told us the first one was what, Nazareth and.
Give me 1 second here, and I'll pull that up for you. So it's all pretty much like 70s, 80s era bands. The show is called Cariboo Rocks the North.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you have to see that, right?
Come on. Slow as fuck on your case. So Harlequin, Trooper, and Nazareth is the Friday night lineup. And then Saturday is Helix, Toronto, Headpins, and then Tom Cochran. That's the guy that does Life is a Highway, right? You know, most of y'all know that song. He was actually the first live show I ever saw. Toronto is absolutely probably the worst live band I have ever fucking seen in my life. Not looking forward to them at all. The most pathetic thing I have ever seen on stage was their singer. They do that song, Daddy Don't Know What Your Mommy's Gonna Do Tonight. And their singer's like this 65-year-old lady, because she mentioned on stage that night, just trying to milk that chorus, the last chorus of that song, for like 5 minutes, because that's all they had after a terrible live set. It was just like me and my buddy I was with, like, you know, when it was time to hang up the microphone 30 years ago? Yeah, it was sad. No, Winger's not going to be there, but they definitely do fit that era there, Dave. And then after that, Sunday night, we got Kick-Axe, Sweet, Prism, and what the fuck? 5440. What the hell happened there? That was going to be April Wine was playing that. That's like a new change that I was unaware of until like right now. That was cool because 5440 and Randy Bachman together is one of the best live shows I've ever seen at this same venue about 3-4 years ago. That sucks. I don't get to see April Wine though, because I was like really looking forward to them. That actually kind of fucking bums me out a little bit.
Well, it's going to be rocking anyway.
Yeah, no, that's... I'm kind of curious as to what the change is for that, though, now. That's... Fuck yeah, but I'll eat that one up, fucking definitely.
Hey, you know what I didn't realize? And they've been moving around lately, but I didn't realize Blue Oyster Cult was still fucking touring.
Oh.
And they've been kind of close to me, and then the wife saw them at like the Golden Nugget in Vegas and was thinking about it. And I was like, yeah, I kind of really want to do that, man. I don't know why. I fucking love Blue Oyster Cult.
Okay, so like I'm not necessarily a Blue Oyster Cult fan, but that era of music, the 70s, the 80s and stuff like that, where a lot of these guys are starting to die already, and it will be over the next few years. And for the longest time I don't want to see a bunch of old geezers that can't really do it on stage anymore. And after seeing, like I was just mentioned, 5440 and Randy Bachman together, Randy Bachman is in his mid-70s when he did that show. And it was one of the best performances I've ever seen. It's just one of those concerts where it's like every word to every song you knew for like an hour and a half straight. And you're just like, wow. And that's how like a band like Nazareth is going to be, you know, like you grew up listening to that shit. You're going to know everything. So why not go see them? Because you're only going to get so many chances to. And then I'll have this conversation with someone like my dad who'll be like, yeah, well, I saw all those bands back in the 70s when they're in their heydays. And you kind of just do, you know, fuck you too, Dad.
Oh, bro. I mean, you say that. I remember a few years back, we were in Vegas walking down the old strip, and we walked by like the, I don't remember where they were playing, but Static X was there that night. I fucking love Static X. And I think we just didn't have the time that night. Like, I even think my wife was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And we didn't go. And he died like a fucking month later. And I've always fucking regretted that we never had the fucking time to get in there and go see that, because Static X has always put on some of the fucking best, just some great fucking live shows, man.
See, I want to go see them on their upcoming tour with Fear Factory and Dope. That they're going to the Rickshaw in Vancouver, and I think I'm going to go see that. I was looking at ticket prices, and they're fucking very reasonable. I'm pretty sure they were like $35-$40 or something like that to see three bands of that kind of caliber and stature. Or at least in my world, they're pretty big, you know. Whereas in comparison for say ZZ Top and Cheap Trick, I just saw them a few months ago. I believe those were like $100 for those, right? So it's like, you know, I think to go see those three bands that I grew up listening to pretty much, would be fucking awesome. And is it still Edsel Dope singing for them now that they're on tour?
Yes. Yeah, that I know of, and that's why Dope's usually playing with them, is because fucking that I know of. Edsel Dope pretty much took over that point for Static X. So
that's Have you heard the new Dope song? Actually, this just reminds me. I saw it in the new release thing on Spotify, but I was busy out over the weekend, and it would, when you're like, you check out your social media when you're out of cell service or whatever, and you can see the stuff, but when you go to click on it, it won't let you. And then I forgot about it until just we were having this conversation right now. I think the song is called Believe.
No, and now that you said that, I'm gonna have to look because I fucking love Dope. Yeah, I've always loved their covers and shit, and their original music. And the fact that Etzel always was so close to Wayne. Even when I think it was when Wayne was in rehab, I think once or twice. Etzel came in to make sure Static X could keep playing or keep touring. So shit like that. That's fucking badass.
Yeah, that's really cool. I've always really liked his voice. Like, I agree with you with the covers. You look at Spin Me Right Round, you took a song that you thought was just some gross, lame 80s song, and you turn it into this like badass monster of a song in a way. It is. I like it. Bees is like, yeah, it's not heavy enough.
No, he's like, covers.
Honestly, yeah, kind of. That is kind of what I'm like. No, if they can make it their own, then that's great. No, I had a friend give me a Static X CD, and it was cracked on the outside. And I fucking, like, the first time I listened to it, I could like get through 3/4 of the CD. But like every time I would listen to it after that, it was like one song would go away because the crack would get fucking bigger and bigger, and then it was just unlistenable. I was heartbroken. I didn't even care. Because how could you? Why would you give me a broken CD? You knew it was going to break.
Right? That's messed up. That is like giving somebody a gift and just slowly taking away, knowing that you are going to just crush them one day.
Yeah.
Like herpes?
Yes, exactly like herpes.
Yeah. But it's all right. We're here now.
Is there any other concerts coming up in the near or fairly near future that anyone's looking forward to? Can't be the only one checking shows out.
Right now, it's just.
Yeah,
I don't
know shows out.
Yeah, I've seen the Static X show that came about, and I think there was but a lot of shit's just fucking taking such a ridiculous price hawk that I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, I am not paying that to go see a fucking nosebleed at a fucking show. Like, a lot of that's getting ridiculous right now. So, for the bigger shows and venues and shit like that. And so those are kind of all the big bands I've wanted to see, they're all playing together in one big fucking event, and it's too goddamn expensive. So.
Yeah, that kind of. Oh, sorry, Rick. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I've got that Roger Waters coming up in September, and I was just Googled him. He's 78, but then I remembered that I saw Paul McCartney when he was about 75 or 70. I bet you he was 76. And he did his whole show without leaving the stage. He never took a break. Did all whatever little costume changes he made. It was all done on stage, like an hour and a half. It just rocked it out, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's why I kind of, as I was saying, since that Randy Bachman show, I have a definitely newfound strength or thoughts on that. Alice Cooper, actually, I just saw him, as I was saying. He's got to be in his mid-70s by now, I would think. And, he himself just kind of walks around the stage with a lot of theatrics and, arms up in the air and doing all this stuff and all that going on around him. But, he looks and sounds good, and still, the fucking product is just fuck yeah.
You know what I just thought? Actually, there is a show, since we moved down in the area where I'm at, I guess out in the St. Louis area, there's a band called El Monstero. They always come around kind of towards the fall, winter time to do a big show, and they're like a Pink Floyd cover that really tries to bring you the old Pink Floyd experience. And a lot of people say it is just flat fucking amazing and the next best thing too. But that's also people from this city and shit. So I don't know, but that's a band I've been wanting to check out here lately. So, and I think this year, if things are reasonable, we're going to try to get to see that. So,
yeah, that sounds badass. Okay, so here's a new one, another one. Slipknot just put out a new song there. And in my opinion, and you said this to me before I even had the chance to listen to it, Fluff, because I was on my way home when I sent you the link when I came across it. I think it sounds, I agree. I think it sounds a lot like their first album. The kind of behind the scenes music, just that cacophony in the background kind of sounds a lot more frenetic like the first stuff. And his voice sounds more like that raw, I don't know, just more raw and kind of ferocious like on that first album. Not as refined and as deep or anything like that. But he's definitely, the vocals for the singing are clean in there too, and it's time for that.
And the only gripe I ever had about that when they played it was the fact it was missing that industrial noise element that, the first one really brought. I need a goddamn bat on a keg, motherfuckers. Hit that shit. There needs to be more of that in that song.
That was literally his text reply to me too. I can 100% back that one up. So that means like they were just in BC not too long ago, earlier this year, and I think we like right around the time we decided we're gonna go see Alice Cooper, ZZ Top, and all that stuff. I started looking around, and I think if I recall, they were coming up in like a week or two, but it was just too close to pull it off. Which means, but they'll be touring again before long if there's a new album. So is that one you're going to go seek out if you get the chance? I know how big they are to you. If they come to BC again, I'm all over that, especially now that Ashley's like, fuck yeah, let's go see shows.
Yes, I try to see them every time they're in my area. I have seen them a fuck ton of times. So yeah, that's something. A new album. Yeah, I will absolutely go see them on tour for that. They put on a great fucking show every time I've ever seen them. Their stage presence is fucking second to none in my, there are very few people, I should say. There's a lot of great fucking stage performers out there, but and they play great music while they're doing it. So, but yeah, come on, Bees. What's up with that one?
Come on, Bees. Answer the question. Answer the question.
Well, it'd have to be the Mighty Mighty Bosstones because, they have a guy in the band that just dances on stage. So if I could fucking play his instrument, that'd be sweet. Like, let me be in the band,
There you go.
Do that well.
That's good.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
You know what? I don't even know why this has come up so much in the past fucking week for me. That is like the 5th time somebody has talked about skanking in my presence. And I'm just like, I don't even know what the fuck skanking is. And honestly, I love the fucking music style that it goes with, but I have no fucking clue what they're talking about with skanking.
Oh, it's to me, it's not being a dirty whore. What are we talking about? I'm confused here now.
It's some fucking dance for ska people, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Oh. I was today years old when I found out that a skank was something other than a dirty whore. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
It's a dirty dance move.
Ooh.
The dirtiest.
Can you show us this dirty dance move?
Not at this moment, but another. I can definitely show everybody in person.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Is that going to happen? What the hell?
Yeah, totally.
I feel like, is this going to involve like stem rubs and therefore it can't be YouTube or?
No.
Did age restrict this thing?
I gotta have the right tunes, and that's probably restricted.
Well, you definitely got my attention. Very curious about
this is true. It definitely would require the right tunes, and we definitely don't have fucking
the right. Yeah.
But we'll give you a pass on that one. But if I can find some random ass horn music here real fast, I'm gonna get you.
Oh, I need. Where's Colton's? I need his bank of free music stuff. Where's that, Colton? If you're watching, send me the link, please. That would be awesome.
No, we might be able to make this happen.
It could potentially happen
because it's like skanking. As you get older, it changes. You know, so if you go and see a band like the Agrolites, okay, you got the young kids who are just like really throwing their. It's almost like the Running Man, but not okay. And so they're like getting all crazy and spinning around. But then as they get older, you get somebody who's like fluffy there, and they're just like this.
Okay, I gotcha. I've seen videos. Yeah. I didn't realize it was called that, though.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Okay, that makes sense.
I know, right? It explains so much about me.
It makes sense.
It does make sense, and I can totally see him doing it.
Could you maybe explain it to me later?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll show you.
She'll show you on the doll, Rick.
We'll ask Tommy to show us tomorrow. No, we won't.
Hey, bees, I really truly believe that this may be a question that he hasn't been asked.
Right on. That's why you should ask it.
Here.
I just listened to like the previews of like 6 different songs on that thing that Colton has. I was like, I typed in horn and ska, and then all it comes up is just like your typical on the guitar, just a steady picking like that, no horns at all. It was going to be amazing, but I failed, y'all.
Oh, Chad. We can dance together, buddy. It'll be fine. Bring your wingtips.
You guys are great. I feel like it should be down.
Most definitely, Shredder.
I don't have any dabs. I'm gonna have to do fucking. Yeah. I'll throw that in something.
My dabs are called Astro Pink Sugar Wow.
So it's probably safe to say that Remo isn't showing up.
Well, I already deleted his name from the heading and the description and stuff like that like a little while ago.
Oh, good. Because he's obviously not showing up. Well, maybe next time, buddy.
You know, Brandon Rush showed up like 45 minutes late, so maybe he's just
That's true.
Later than that, right? We're setting new records, maybe.
True.
Yeah, bees, I tend to go in line with your thinking.
I mean, did you try to get a hold of him again since the show started?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just checking. Yes. I know sometimes we get stoned and forget things around here.
By the way, Caribou, there's something I've noticed about StreamYard, excuse me, and that when you send an invitation, people have a tendency to click on on their advertisements sometimes, and that'll take them to the wrong destination. I'm gonna have to. I want to maybe talk to StreamYard about it, but I want to try to remember to remind my guests when they're coming in to click the top part, not the main body. And
okay,
Rick, are you going to send them a strongly worded email? I'm just curious. I love the fact that you are going to talk to them about this. I never in my life, even when I first met Rick, even up till maybe like 3 months ago, I would have never thought this to be Rick. I'd be like, no, we need to talk to StreamYard. This shit just ain't working for me, man. Fuck.
Well, I didn't want to come across like that, but obviously they didn't mention anything at the last meeting about it, so I thought I better clear it up with them. StreamYard.
Holy fucking Westport, fucking going hardcore 80s. Sing it, brother. I it'd be awesome to see like everybody in the chat there just like pick up along with that shit. Just, like, finish off the song for them.
Every verse. Hashtag where's Remo? That's funny. Rick, what are you smoking tonight?
I'm working on the meathead tonight, bees, and loving it.
That's what she said.
Yeah, what give me a little bit about that, Rick. The meathead's one that's always interested me. I have a cross with some meathead in it that I've been sitting on a little bit, but I've always been a little curious on the meatheads. Give me a little something on what you think on that. Give me a little bit on the nose. What you think about that?
I don't have a lot to say about it. There's not really anything with the nose. There was actually more nose to this thing when it was newer. It hasn't dried out, so it got a good cure. It's smooth to smoke. It's an example of what we got here. I don't know how to do this, especially in StreamYard.
One sec, I can make that big.
You know where your camera is?
No, well, yeah, the camera's up there.
Yeah, that's where you got to show it because you're showing the camera.
Well, yeah, no, that's not what I was doing, man.
I know. I noticed.
Jesus Christ, Rick, is your camera in your ceiling, man? You're really like up there. Like you got your camera up on like a tall ass fucking tripod, huh?
Actually, I just changed my whole set here because I'm standing right now.
Yeah.
And
so,
then I put this this pedestal for my speakers on about a 12-inch stand. And so
it's 12 inches off the ground.
12 inches off my desk.
Right, which is how tall?
Well,
pretty tall.
Desk,
So it's pretty. So your camera's pretty high up in the air. Is basically what you're saying.
My desk is
because it's taller than you.
My desk is on a milk cartons. My desk is on milk cartons.
Grandma or something.
And Christ, I don't know how to.
How tall are you, Uncle Rick?
I'm about 5'9".
Okay.
You know, it's even funnier. I really didn't want like details, but this is getting good, almost to the point where now I want a fucking measurement. Right? This fucker is up there.
Oh my god, he's got a measuring tape out. This is awesome.
So to my desktop is 42 inches. And then to the top of the computer is 30. So that's 72. I mean, I'm almost hitting my ceiling fan here. It's out of control.
Holy shit.
It's out of control. Now I'm looking down at your picture there. That's better.
Your wall looks beautiful.
Yeah, that wall really is coming along. All the art that you've chosen, and yeah, man, that is beautiful. That really is looking good.
I'm happy with that. Yeah, and you know what? Well, I love both of Colton's pictures, but the thing that I really enjoy about this one is it's what's the word?
Asymmetrical.
Thank you. Even though you immediately look at the bud and it's off center, but then the flower brings it back to the asymmetrical. That's the word.
I think that might be the word. I don't know. It sounded good to me. But
I'm going with it.
I'm with you, man. I mean, even the colors in that shot, you know, are like they just pop so much. You know, the background to it, you know, that beautiful shadowy white, and then you know those colors just pop off that shit. And then the angle that he chose for it really does make that fucking picture.
It's like it frames the empty space so well.
It deserves more light.
Yeah, it's really nice. I like
Man,
it.
I feel like we need to fucking criticize some art up in this bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
There, that's better. That's better.
Critique, not criticize. Critique. I don't know. What
So,
what are those
Yeah,
snobby ass those snobby ass motherfuckers who stand there and make up shit about, paintings, like what
Critics?
the fucking painter was fucking feeling and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really see what they were trying to say about.
Yeah, I can
fucking-
see the emotion and the happiness of the way the Bud's just playing like a little child. Shut the fuck up. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
you know what that's like? That's like reading those descriptions of different strains in Leafy magazine.
Hey, I love that. Let's learn something. I don't know if that means I used it right or not, but I think it sounds like it did.
Having parts that fail to correspond to one another in shape, size, or you know what? Thank you, Southern Vermont grower. I think that is a good description of that picture.
Yep.
Yeah. 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 So Colton obviously did that on purpose. Yeah. And Kingfisher, sadly, no. But my heart is, and my soul and my being has been with Tommy for the last few days. Forgive me, but you're not going to buy that as an excuse, are you? No.
For what? Starting those mushies?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still haven't done that? Do you need to talk to your fucking guru? I mean, are you about one more call away, or are we good with that?
No, you know what? I'm embarrassed to call him. I had the courage to let him know that Tommy's going to be on the show last night. And then of course he's, how's the fun guy thing going? And, I had to make up some lie, but as soon as we're done with Tommy,
some lie.
No, I didn't. Speaking of lies, oh God, no.
Cheers, noob.
I was just gonna say that. See him in there. Actually, so Noob actually approached me in the DMs earlier today about mentioning that we're getting real close to 1,000 followers, and we mentioned like a long time ago back at like 600 or 700. Yuma fucking had an idea, or we for like do some sort of potluck style giveaway where if people want to fucking contribute shit to the giveaway. Are we interested in doing something like that? Anyways, Noob reached out to me today, mentioned that he's got a pack of ethos seeds that he'd like to contribute to that if we're interested in doing something like that. So the question is, are we interested in doing some sort of giveaway on whenever we hit that 1,000 follower mark? Because I think last I looked, we're at like 984 or something.
I'd say for sure, yeah. Be a great thing. A great achievement.
Yeah.
We only need like 16 more peeps. Tell your friends.
So like about another 6 months, we should get there.
Yeah, I absolutely think something cool like that, like for sure. Yeah, we need to do that for 1,000. That's kind of a big fucking deal.
Yeah, it's not. Should be less than 2 years from the start of maybe not from the start of the channel, but from the start of what we now know as Cariboo Hart TV, the podcast. Should be fewer than that. I would say by the end of the month, even probably is a good bet. Seem to get average about a subscriber a day ish.
Cool.
Christmas giveaway.
Ooh, yeah,
we'll get there. We'll get there.
That'd be awesome. Or we can just do one of those.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Rick, are you gonna get the
Noob
giant?
Grows is talking about the 1,000 followers. Uncle Rick should be getting his tattoo. You're muted,
you're on
Uncle Rick.
mute.
You're muted.
You're still muted, Rick. I mean, you keep talking, but you're still muted.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that, and that's what Dave's not here said earlier, because I got to remember that when you say things on live podcasts, it's there forever, and so you gotta, and that's what I found myself doing, was making promises at the beginning when we first started doing this stuff, and then realizing that holy shit, you can't just make promises and not and not follow through, yeah. So the one promise I made was getting that the controller for the AC Infinity fan to figure it out. I got that one. Tommy Chong was another promise that I made, and the other one was a tattoo. And God damn it, see, noob grows. You see, you can't say anything and get away with it on here.
You haven't learned that yet, Rick?
Oh no, I learned. And that's why I've been so very, very careful.
That's what's like so fucking cool about this shit. Like this. Yeah, don't say anything you don't want to, because you will be reminded. They will and the more fucked up, I guarantee you say something real fucked up, like you promise you're gonna do something stupid. Somebody has that written down somewhere.
Oh,
so when it gets close, they're gonna remind our ass about that shit. I'm just waiting for the time somebody reminds me of some dumb shit I said while I was stoned on here.
like what, for example?
Yeah, nope, ain't doing that. Stop that, Rick.
Oh God, yeah, there goes King. I was just gonna say, and like when you said about they're sure as hell gonna remind you, and I was just gonna say, yeah, like Kingfisher, he makes goddamn sure that you never. And he's just reminding me about the time I tried to feed my Christmas tree to the living room fire.
Dude, I have told family members this story because that makes me laugh. That I know somebody who's still alive who thought that was a good idea.
Well, here's another good one. One of the fallers I was working with out doing fall and burn, we found using like a leaf blower, really good way to get a fire going, just with that extra air going, especially on a wet day like that. But apparently he tried this in his house, in his fire pit, to get going with coals and shit like that, and all of a sudden just cleared out his entire fucking
his entire ash pit into his fucking living room.
Yeah. It was just kind of. How did you not see that one coming? Like I'm not a particularly smart person, but even I saw that one coming when he mentioned the leaf blower in the house. So I was like,
that's better. I thought you were gonna say the motherfucker decided to make a flamethrower with some gasoline or something. So I'm at least a little better with that one. I thought he figured, hey man, get the air, get the fuel all at once, let it rip.
We tried doing that with a drip torch and a super soaker, and it kind of works. It does.
Yeah. But I mean, so imagine, right? Like the atomization that's going to happen in like a leaf blower. If you were to just kind of drizzle gas into the intake, the air intake, and then a fucking lighter up on the front of it. So it has, kind of dispersed it a little bit and made it more of an aerosol. That'd be a big fucked up flame.
I think it would be a lot harder to pull off.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It makes me. I need to shut up. I'm gonna try some dumb shit this weekend.
No, I think you should keep going. You're doing great. I want to be a part of these experiments. We can Zoom together so I can see what you're doing live, and it's I'll help you do it less safely so that it's more interesting for my own personal benefit. And
excellent. So in typical fashion, don't listen to your friends. Whatever they say, do the exact opposite, and you'll probably get somewhere near acceptably safe.
Or am I expecting you to say that, and therefore I'm actually?
Hey, you can't psychology this shit just because I broke your theory. All right, stop that.
I just did that to you.
You're going to get stoned and forget. I know you.
As soon as this conversation changes, it's gone. Absolutely.
I see people making fun of Uncle Rick in the chat, and I just gotta say, maybe by the time
That
we're
has
his
never
age,
happened.
we've done all the normal stuff that it's like, fuck it, let's do some weird shit.
But that wasn't at a late stage of life. That was in his. You should have known.
I'm never gonna get it. Okay, I'm never gonna get it.
Oh shit! Raider just said 11 more. Cool.
What?
Yeah, we got a few tonight. Thanks, guys, for fucking talking about this. Maybe we should talk about, hey, hit the like button and the subscribe button more often.
That's because they all want to suggest what Uncle Rick should get for a tattoo.
There you go.
Like they're throwing ideas in a hat for him or something. Pick mine.
It's gotta be his little symbol character.
Yeah, his own
stem rubbing.
His own face.
Right, he's holding the leaf, but he's like slickly like stem rubbing the bottom of it down here.
Well, no, you said something about like a Juggalo paint tattoo. I think Rick should get his own like Juggalo fucking face paint design, kind of like Shaggy or Violent J. That's just him, but he could still be stem rubbing the plant and licking the pollen sacs.
Oh yeah, holding one and licking the pollen sacs.
And then, but like also have like maybe another female plant and just like ever so gently caressing her buds of love.
His face, he's just like, why the fuck did I ever say I would do this? Oh.
Because you have asshole friends and we force you to do shit that you don't want to. Pure
That's right. These conversations right here is how you get fucking likes, buddy. This is how we get subscribers.
Well, it does work, guys. We gained like 6 in the last hour and a half or so.
I have to learn to work this mute button a little bit better.
Yeah, it's only been like 2 years. You'll get there eventually. Not only has it been 2 years, like that's only been us. Like I've only done the few shows. You're running your own shit now forever. Like you give no excuses on the mute. Don't try to act. We know better.
And I got a mention. Dave's not here. Just asked if my Zoom game is up, and I got a shout out to South Nelson Farms. Oh my God! I totally forgot everything I had ever learned about Zoom, and what a nightmare! Ever since I started doing StreamYard, and but thank you, South Nelson Farms. You saved me, buddy. And so it's going to go on without a hitch tomorrow, guaranteed. Oh, well, that was the thing that, Tommy said, yeah, I'll do your show, but I've got to do it on Zoom. And I go, oh, fuck. Then fuck you, Tommy, you're not coming on. And then I thought, wait, let me reconsider that.
I want to clip that right there. Fucking at some point someday, you're not coming on.
And someone's gonna send it to him right now.
I wasn't on mute. I wasn't on mute.
Oh shit!
I'm just kidding, Tommy.
We wouldn't do that until afterwards. Don't worry about it, Rick. I wouldn't crush your dreams. I would just make you question them afterwards.
Abolished is all over it.
Oh shit! No.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Uncle Rick Campbell.
I was that close.
So how thick is the booklet of questions?
No, it's not that long. It's really, honestly, it's not. And I've only got about maybe 4 questions. But Goddess and Spartan will be asking questions as well. But I have a strong feeling the conversation is going to kind of go. What's that word? Not. It's just going to be a really smooth, cool, easy flowing conversation. I really believe that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
know
think
the typical question, but something I've picked up on watching him in interviews is he's a great interviewer himself, and I can see him turning the conversation around and asking, you know. But we'll see. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. Does it show?
I think he'll show. I think the question is how hard does Rick fanboy on him, and is it like does Rick just like freeze in the greatness of Tommy Chong, and
You know what?
that's what finally shuts him up, or does he just go mile a minute with the "I love you, Tommy," and blah blah blah, suck your dick and blah blah blah, all that stuff.
I think Rick is gonna bring out the fact. Rick. He was top tier salesman back in the day, right? He was employee of the month, fucking top sales. I think he's gonna fucking bring it. He's gonna fucking professional this shit up. He's gonna suck it up like he was back in his fucking 40s again, and he's gonna bring it. He's gonna professional it up like you've never seen before. I got faith in Rick.
I don't know, Fluff, and I do appreciate your vote of confidence, and I hope I'm right. I hope you're right. This is only, it's, as far as I'm concerned, a chance of a lifetime, and I don't want to fuck it up, but it's possible. But
you should wear that suit. You should wear that suit from that picture.
Oh, you think I still got that suit?
I know you still do, or one of your wives took it.
I was a
yeah. Wife 3 or 4 took that motherfucker. Yes. He had it all the way up until then.
Now you got me. I'm gonna have to at least check my wardrobe before I get dressed for the tomorrow night show. God, you know what scares me? I think I might have that suit jacket.
You gotta wear it. You got. I feel like you need to dress up in like the cheesiest, but at the same time, best presentable fashion possible, with like a bow tie and shit like that. I think that would be great.
Ooh.
Yeah, like wear a shirt that you could consider a blouse.
Hang on. I do have. Oh yes, I do. Yeah, I've got my bucket hat. Thank you, Kingfisher. So we could go with that. But I do have, you know what I have?
You got a pair of aviators? You could go for the Hunter Thompson look.
I've got a pair of my father's red suspenders.
Hello Kitty glasses.
That I just might wear in his honor. Yeah. I just might do that.
Well, that'd be good. You should.
Yep.
Subtle, but nice.
So
I like it.
Here's the real question: are you gonna go commando, or what?
He's not even gonna wear pants. He's gonna be naked from the fucking waist down, and you damn well know. Hand on his balls the whole fucking time.
Like, let me put it this way: I'm gonna dress no differently than I am right now. Okay, let's just leave it
naked from the waist down, like I just said. Yeah, okay.
He's probably got a crop top.
Figured out why he's got the fucking camera so high. There's no way he can get a fucking low shot that way.
Yeah,
nailed it.
He was
figured it out.
He's wearing his summer clothes, guys.
It is hot out. I will give him that. I was outside.
He's Donald ducking like a motherfucker.
Shoot.
I gotta see what I got in my itinerary here.
We don't want to see what you got. This is not that kind of show, Rick. See, now here, remember how we used to always talk about Rick's empty square? Now the thought is kind of terrifying what's coming back at that. We need the Jeopardy music going on.
Hopefully it's Rick.
Cheers, Smiley. Oh,
there it is.
Big screen this thing. Did you see how quick he pulled that out, though?
Yeah, I know.
He was gone like no time at all. He already had that fully planned. Why is my face on there? I don't like that.
Of course he is.
Yeah, ever since fucking Goddess said, hey, what are you wearing tonight? That motherfucker, he's got that rack pulled out and he has got shit on it. Instead of drying weed on it, he actually has clothes on that motherfucker. And he's, ooh, what am I going to wear? What am I going to wear? Yeah,
he's
that's what's happening.
I know Rick a little bit outside the show, and he is actually pretty neurotic and obsessive over shit. And Fluff, you were probably fucking bang the fuck on with that one, right, Miranda? I see you nodding your head in agreement with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I asked him, it was like that was the one thing he didn't think about. Like the look on his face was like, oh, it was hilarious. Oh, nice. You're gonna look awesome.
Rick's bringing the sexy big time.
Man, I gotta step my game up now.
Okay. We'll do this 3-piece without the jacket and the suspenders.
Yes, that'll be awesome.
Goddess, what are you wearing?
I gotta step it up now. Now that you're wearing that.
Are you guys wearing corsages or
Maybe.
Can we get you in like one of those like super poofy ball gown dress type things there? I think that would be
Oh God.
like see the old like ball dancer videos and shit like that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
You can just show No, we're done with the fucking cleavage. Honestly, I lost weight and nothing was fitting me, man. Okay. That won't be happening anymore.
Oh, matching suits like the Osmonds. That's a good one, Dave.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah, that is good, actually. I wonder if I can... Yeah, I got some planning to do now. Spartan is gonna show up underdressed. Oh, we'll fill him in.
You know, like
he said he was here, but working tonight.
Don't show up
his clothes are gonna be painted on.
Painted on.
There's gonna be an emergency meeting tomorrow afternoon. He'll contact Spartan and Goddess. Everything will be fine. Spartan will be in the know. He will get his wardrobe approved. It'll be fine. Nobody worry.
I may bring
that Rick is so thorough on this that there's probably already been like some sort of conversation involved. Everybody look sharp kind of thing like that. There's I've already got the link for the show emailed to me. Like Rick's like fucking there's no excuses for people missing this. It's like fucking bing, bing, bing. Everywhere you look, there's a fucking link for this fucking show. It's like
oh, I know it's blowing up over at Instagram, and I really truly appreciate all the love and support that we've been getting. Everybody's gone out of their way to make posts, and it's just been who made that post with us all in that old Chevy.
That was Buds.
Was that was that Buds?
I pretty sure it was Buds.
Okay,
yeah.
Crimson sent it to me, and
yeah, it was Buds. Buds posted it in our Discord.
I thought it was Dave because he was the first person that I saw to must have just reposted it. But I was like,
yeah, it was cool. No, it was no. I thanked him for it for sure. No, that was really nice of him.
Yeah, there was some really cool posts.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up making a post. I don't really use Facebook, but I made a post on my Facebook, and people started watching our show today, the past shows, to catch up for tomorrow. I was like, right on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
No, it's super cool.
And that was something that and of course we all go on about Instagram, but that's something because I've been whining about Instagram recently because people that I've been enjoying their posts, suddenly they're not on my homepage anymore. And Goddess, we talked about it, and you suggested a way of working around it or playing the game. But what I did was I took a post and I decided, because I could never figure out, why are people sending me these posts? And I thought, well, that's nice of them to do it, but what am I supposed to do with it? But then somebody sent me a post about Tommy, and I thought, okay, I'm going to try. And then I thought, I don't really like to push myself onto other people in their DM with these posts. Please, anybody who's ever sent me one, I'm happy to accept all of them, but I just didn't want to do that to somebody else. But then when I thought, when it comes to Tommy, fuck them, they're all getting one. And so I started going down my list of followers, and they might like to get this one, and I hit them and I hit them and I got up to 50, and then they said, okay, you can't send any more today. I guess you can't send any more today. So
yeah, you fucking robot.
yeah, you must be a bot. So I hit send, and then of course, like with everything else, I thought, okay, fuck you, I'm going to do more. And I got up to about 11, and they said, we already told you can only have 50. And I said, fine, fuck you. But then from those 50, I was getting, as I went down, I thought, oh, gee, I haven't touched bases with this person for a while. So I send one to them. Out of 50, I'll bet you I got like 30, at least 25 or 30 at least likes or responses or comments. And these are people that I hadn't, I got like 1,200 of them, and they're not getting, here's the bottom line, they're not getting our posts. And Instagram, for whatever fucking reason, is not allowing it. I mean, if I'm following somebody, they should get my post.
I noticed that I don't know if they always had this or it's a new feature, but like, you know how you can go and like highlight people in your favorites so you can highlight them in favorites so that you'll see them first in your feed before anybody else. And I notice now you can choose whether you just see your favorites or everybody. So that's another way that you can, anybody that you are communicating with all the time, you can add them into your favorites.
So you just go to settings for that?
On their page, like I'll show you later. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to take up the rest of the show.
I'll walk you through it
explaining it to Uncle Rick.
But yeah, that would make it easier for you to see everybody that you want to see.
It's still, but well, now that I know, what they're making me do, I just need more time. If I can only do 50 a day, Tommy's going to be here tomorrow. So, well, I got 100 out anyway. And then I went down my email list because they don't limit me over there. And Cariboo, I went all the way down, and these aren't Instagram people. These are just my email family. And, yeah, someone's going to get it. Like, I'm going to write an email to who's in charge of this goddamn
have you talked to
Instagram? No, I'm writing
a banner pilot.
All of them. They're all going to hear it from me.
You should. Then you know what? Because your experience is not good enough. You tell them, fucking Rick. And then tell them or else we're going to do something.
You better believe it. I may flick the switch. This happens to be the switch for the internet, right here.
You know what they say.
Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me.
The squeaky wheel gets greased. So,
oh man, I'll tell you what. You know what? Right after fucking Tommy, fuck it. Rick's done with all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because where do you go from there, Rick?
No, there's only one way, and that ain't gonna happen. So right after Tommy.
Yeah,
everybody's going by. Door. He's shutting this whole motherfucker down.
Did you build your house into a rocket ship and you're going to blast yourself into outer space? Because that would be the best ending ever.
Well, and I got to find a mic to drop too. So
just use one of those 6 or 7 you have kicking around that isn't plugged in.
God, I tell you. I tell ya.
I just had an email come in from a buddy that I just did that trip with. He sent me some footage for. I sent. I made a post yesterday. I guess it would have been about the third sexiest photo shoot of the entire trip. And I think I just got all the footage from the first sexiest photo shoot of the entire trip. And yeah, I think I'm going to do something with that. It should be a lot of fun.
I don't know how IG could handle all that sexy. That was a lot of sexy you packed into them posts.
It was pretty amazing. You that shit's funny as fuck. So what that is my buddy Dennis and his buddy Jeff, and there are all these waterfall tours that they're doing. They're putting a calendar together of just these two guys, super manly men, I guess you could say, shirtless at the base of waterfalls and stuff. And I've seen a couple pictures on Instagram of like these two. They're visiting waterfalls while there's 4 feet of snow on the ground and still taking their shirts off and fucking bearing it for the camera kind of thing. And we did. They got together, did another photo shoot at. It's called Quesnel Forks, that old ghost town there, and it's. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny as fuck in my opinion. So I'm gonna do something with that now, and I've sent that to me. Basically, it comes down to how I always bitch about I don't have enough material to put new videos and stuff together because it all gets used up so fast. Hurting, you have no idea. That's why we're gonna release the videos. It's sex tape time, buddy. Sex tape time.
That's right, because once you've made it popular enough in this culture, you have to release a sex tape. So,
well, we're almost at 1,000 subs, Fluff.
Yeah, 1,000 subs equals sex tape. People, come on, didn't you know that? Everybody who gets on YouTube should know this. 1,000 subs, sex tape time. Otherwise, you're never going to get up to 5,000 subs, and then so on and so forth. Because
I'm going to have like stretch marks around my mouth here pretty soon. It's okay.
I thought that's why you had the beard going right now, because you were already kind of trying to get those under control.
Well, I'm prepping myself. Let's call it that. Okay. Geriatric kink.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah, I was sorry. I was.
No, no, it's okay. I was just saying.
Wait, no, I want to know what he was fucking doing instead of paying attention to the show he's on and fucking. What are you fucking sending shit to people on Instagram? God damn it, Rick.
No. I was trying to follow. Sungrown's instructions here, and but of course, I can't because he's hit the top left, and there's nothing there to hit there.
No, so he's saying go to somebody's profile.
Oh,
this is what I showed you before, but there's another thing that I want to show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put that away. Put it away.
Yeah, he has gone into those settings before. We've gone through that.
Now, B, what were you going to ask Uncle Rick?
You know what I love most though is when Goddess says to me, "Okay, remember when I told you this?" And I'm looking at her going, "Well, I remember the part where you say, 'Remember when I said,'" but then after that it goes wah wah wah.
That sounds fun.
Okay, Bees has a question for you, Uncle Rick, I think.
Go ahead, please.
I was going to ask, have you fed your fish?
Oh,
the look is telling me no.
He has already let us know, fuck them. They are out there. They got to fend for themselves. He said there's plenty of fucking mosquitoes out there. Fuck them.
But busted, you busted me, but I do try to remember every now and then. They seem to manage okay on their own, but I've got the food right there, and if I associate fish and food, I do my best, but they seem to.
I'm sure.
And then the other day, I found my pH was a little bit high in the water, so I added fresh water and I could see right to the bottom of the pond, and then I got worried because I thought, oh, there goes all the algae, there goes all the food. I'm gonna have to feed them again, and that was a couple of days ago.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
They were fine when I feed my
You got him
plants.
all worried now.
Well, I am. I feed my outdoor my plants on my deck with the water from my fish pond, and I do vaguely remember looking down and seeing they were still moving when I fed my plants today. So
how often do you do that?
Well, it's getting warmer now. It's just about daily. Just about daily.
So where do you put the buckets?
Are you making sure to like refill your fish with enough water also? Like you ain't just gonna run them bitches dry on accident.
I do. That's what happened. Was it was half empty or half full, depends on how you're looking at it. And so I decided to throw the hose in there and fill.
Well, let's look at it from the fish's perspective. It was half fucking empty. You're trying to kill them, so let's go from their perspective.
Now they're drowning. Now they're drowning.
They're drowning.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough.
Feast or famine around here. But keep in mind, they were tough when I got them, and I'm keeping them that way.
It makes me think of, Schindler's List, where they were like pricking their fingers and rubbing blood on their cheeks to put color.
What's that thing that like
fish doing anything they can to survive around here?
Well, I was gonna say, what's that thing that they say people get towards like their captors when they've been kidnapped?
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, that's probably what you were just explaining. The Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, because fish have fucking Stockholm syndrome.
That's why they just love you when you come near them.
Yeah, otherwise they're fucking terrified and trying to figure out how to get the fuck out of there. That or just they don't even have enough energy to like just fucking go flop out on the ground. Like they can't even jump out of there far enough. So they're literally just fucking dependent on having to do that.
No, they love me. They love me. I'm convincing myself.
That's like reminds me of Kathy Bates from Misery, almost kind of taking shape right here. Uncle Rick with his poor fish.
Is Rick getting lower or is the camera getting higher? I don't understand. Oh, he was closer to it. I see.
Except I lose my map of the world there, so it's a fine line between.
Yeah. Well, we can hear you anywhere you are because the microphone's right on your face. So that's wonderful. Are you holding up slides?
Well, these papers, they're driving me nuts because like most of the time you can tell quite easily by looking at them, which side has the glue. But on these ones here,
it's harder
you see,
to tell,
this is not, you see when, okay, now you see.
I can see it. It's on our side.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
Yep. It's on our side on the top.
It's
listening.
on the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
That shiny spot right there that goes all the way across.
It's just that there's something along the bottom that looks weird as well. I know. Okay, the top part, yeah, you're right. That's curled, so that would lead you to believe that that's where the wax is. It's just that bottom part is, I don't know. But okay, I'll try to remember that. Thank you. Take me off the big screen. Thank you.
Well, no. Now we're you're being awfully demanding.
My element
makes me
papers.
think there's a reason you don't want to be watched right now. Are you on mushrooms, and how many did you take?
Do you have a big 300 pack of papers?
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
that's all.
So like the glue isn't all on one side. It's like
every second one or something?
Well, I don't think it's that. But it's every 20 maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the curls happen and the paper on top gets the slight curl as well.
Okay.
That's what I found in all the ones I've gone through.
Well, 297 to go, and I'm not going to buy them anymore.
But I tell you what, if you get that pack wet, it's like a fucking brick of paper. Like, good luck getting it apart because the fucking sides just turn into like solid.
I'll
Blue.
bet. That's a little PSA announcement there.
Yeah.
Dude, that used to be the biggest piss off back in the day, man. You'd have your fucking papers in your pocket, like at work, and then fucking, you're all sweaty and shit. And you got to try to get papers are all fucked up, can't even get your shit rolled.
Yeah.
Oh, it used to piss me off so bad.
We just finished off our last box of paper, so now it's time to order up a new box. And then, so the first 2 boxes that we got together, because that's like one of my favorite things about this relationship is like we buy our papers by the box, because to buy them a couple packs at a time just doesn't make any sense anymore. And so we went with the raw blacks, the 1 1/4. Those are okay, but I found they burnt a lot. And then we tried these OCBs right here, 1 1/4 as well, and they're better. But I think we got a box of elements on the way this time around. Give them.
I like those OCBs a lot, and those elements are fucking. Those are probably my hands down favorite. I like the elements.
Elements are my favorite.
Those are my favorite too. Yeah, I have the OCB as well, but
I think the OCBs are a fairly close second. If you get like the black pack is pretty good, and then they have like a white and gold trim pack. I find that one's pretty good. Is that one hemp?
Virgin, yeah.
Yeah, I've got the hemp ones, and no, these are the hemp ones, the brown package, and then I've got just like
raw?
ultra thin. No, honestly, I'm not going to say it on air, but no.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Now elements and raw are made by the same company, right? Or the same owner.
Yes.
So do they come out of the same? They come out of the same machine, or do they have their own separate style of manufacture?
When you're really hard up,
I'm gonna assume it's different.
I think they're all made in Spain,
it
I
seems
believe.
It seems like the element it's made out of. I almost want to say like rice paper or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stop it.
The raw hemp.
Okay.
I see Southern VT growers comment here, bamboo ones I'm rolling, and they kind of keep it in with the theme of Tommy Chong and Cheech and Chong and stuff like that. Back at my parents' place, I actually have the Big Bamboo album from Cheech and Chong with it still has the giant rolling paper in it.
Sweet.
Which is one of those things that I always wanted to, because it's one of those records that I stole from mom and dad as soon as I moved out of the house. But the whole time I was living there, I always wanted to roll a joint that big. But I always knew that if dad ever found out that I used that paper, I'd probably get my ass whooped. Because let's remember, I did grow up back in that day where it was okay to whoop your fucking kid's ass for doing shit like fuck with your record collection.
I was just looking at these fucking OCBs that I have because I really like these. I find these to be really close to the elements. And it says they're flax paper.
Oh, right on.
Well, I kind of wonder what these ones are.
Yeah, this pack is called the Sophisticate. Or Sophistic. Yeah, there's that fucking word.
Hold on, I got a big screen now. That's a big one that we can't pronounce on our own here. We need help.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look
Anyway,
at
that's the pack. Yeah, it says they're flax paper, and these are really close to the elements. I like those a lot. Not a lot of flavor. No,
what does yours say
flavor
on the top? No, let's compare our OCB tops. What does yours say?
Okay.
In no way do we endorse OCB.
No, we just haven't.
No, I got premiums on mine, but it doesn't tell me what they're made of. It says for herbal use only. Yeah, OCB premium.
For herbal use only?
So, like mine has a whole bunch of fucking writing on the inside.
Oh yeah, man, I got that too. Right, it tells you a bunch of shit about the paper.
Yeah. OCB Virgin is ultra thin, which enables you to best taste your terps. Crafted by French artisans using responsibly harvested fibers What fibers? I don't know. OCB Virgin is unbleached, chlorine-free, slow burning, and uses natural, always sticks gum. It's probably the shit they sweep up off the floor.
You're probably on to something with that.
Mine don't say anything cool like that, man.
So, do you just got a bullshit barcode like me there, Goddess?
This one's kind of cool.
See, right there, barcode. Where's?
Yeah.
Wait, but mine
I do have that.
But mine also has the filters.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so it's got the filter because dude, I'm all about the crutch in the joint.
Yeah.
So
I like
so
that.
It's got those attached right to it, and it's the perforated ones, so where it's got the little perforations on it. I just wish it had a glue strip on it. That would make it a little better. Because they don't like to stay as wide as I like to roll them. Because let's be honest, man, if I'm rolling a joint, I'm gonna fucking try to get as little paper and pot, much weed, and it's kind of hard to roll these crutches around enough to where they want to actually hold shape like that. So that's the only real complaint I got about them.
Then use two and roll them backwards so the perforation's on the outside.
Well, yeah.
This one has a feather though, which is kind of cool.
Got a feather.
Better than nothing.
Feel like
dude, I'll tell you what I like about those elements that's always super bitching is the magnetic little pack in them. That magnetic flap, man, that makes it. It really does.
Yeah.
That's
and you
like
can get
buying a fucking iPhone of rolling papers.
For sure. And they have those filters too.
Yeah, yeah. The pack I've got here, maybe that's right here. I think that's the pack that usually goes with me when I travel.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, yep. There it is. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, perfect.
And then
I had a friend. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just nothing.
Jamaican.
I can't keep up with you guys. Everybody's showing stuff to the screen, and I'm just like,
You can't keep up.
Yeah, it's got the perforated crutches in it also.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
But yeah, that fucking snappy fucking magnetic, it stays closed. Man, that's bitching. It keeps your papers all fucking straight and shit. Elements fucking rock. You are the best papers.
I don't know, man. A magnet on your pack of papers, is that not bougie? Like,
oh, dude, yeah, I am bougie as fuck about my papers. I ain't even gonna lie. Because I smoke very fucking rarely. So yes, I fucking love bougie ass fucking papers.
I'm the same. I don't smoke joints very often.
And right, it's a couple bucks a pack of paper. Like, yeah, for my bougie ass, and as much as I smoke, dude, bro, I'll pay $10-15 for the pack of papers. I'll get bucked.
Yeah, for sure. I picked up $10-15
for a pack of papers. Holy fluff, the high roller.
I said if I had to.
I picked up a blunt at one of the stores out here the other day, and it came with like a glass tip on it, and it was really, really good. I bought it to go out on the water.
Actually, we were into buying those hash sticks that would come into the local dispensary there for a while, and those would come with a glass tip on them as well. And I was one product from the dispensary that I really enjoyed, the girlfriend really enjoyed, and I think we were the only people in the entire town that enjoyed them, because once they were gone, they never restocked them, and we were pretty sure that we bought out the kind of last at each dispensary. So I was like,
I think I'm gonna attempt to try to make something like that. Like, got this big ass fucking jar of stiff that I wanted to press into like some nice little like pressed hash. And I thought about trying to make like a fucking little all just rolly fucking hash joint out of it. But I think I need to find a glass tip for it or something, and then figure out how to make it work.
Like, the ones that we were getting, like, these are like real super thin. Like, if anyone that buys the raw cone packs or whatever for stuffing them, the cardboard packer that comes with them, they're about that big. And it's been rolled a couple times around like that, and you stuff that in your glass tip. When we used to make kind of our own hash cones back in high school and stuff like that, but it wouldn't usually be that long. It'd be more like maybe an inch long and just like crude as fuck, but like wide, where you just kind of smashed something through there to be able to get the air to draw through. and but they got you fucked. It was good stuff.
Oh, dude, I mean, right after that, I was hitting this with some of that sift. I was just, goddamn, yeah, a whole fucking joint of that. Good night. I wouldn't make it through. I guarantee you, I wouldn't make it through this fucking show.
You'd have to make it into one of those fucking like cigar things in a mold, where you fucking have
like a Canagar.
Yeah, pack the fucking weed in there, so then it's
dude. That thing would burn for like a week.
Yeah, probably.
I guess we could try that. If anybody's got a Canagar mold and wants to fucking donate it, we'll make a big ass hash fucking rollie out of it and smoke it at the fucking get together.
We used to sell those big Canagars, but we only bought like a few because they're like super expensive. And we had one that was like, it had an ounce of weed, 7 grams of like something else, and it was a crazy joint. And we ended up like, we all pitched in on it for like one of our events. And no joke, the thing like burnt all day. Like we just sat it down in our smoke area and we'd all just like go puff on it all day. It was crazy.
That sounds fun. I've seen these joints where they put like 1 million grams of weed in there and then a bunch of shatter and hash and other goodies. Not 1 million grams. I'm obviously far selling that. But it turns into be like $150, $200 joint. And
yes.
I have a hard time justifying that expense, but at the same day, one day I'll be up to fluff standards and so I'll be doing bougie joints like that.
No, bro, that is only because I smoke very few.
I know, I understand it. Honestly, I'm not even really fucking with the magnet thing. I just was looking for an excuse to crack a joke because I'd never seen that before when I got my first pack of elements. I was like, well, that's kind of neat. But then and you play with it a bit, and I do like the idea because you're less likely to get shit in there, like water, or whatever. But then I kind of think, well, that's like 50 papers. It doesn't take me long to go through 50 papers, right? And kind of, but whatever.
Well, the big thing I noticed was as a working man, you're going to put it in your pocket and roll it. I used to roll cigarettes and joint. That's all I did. Like, way back when I smoked, I rolled my smokes and everything. So, papers were a big fucking thing to me. And nothing was fucking worse, right? Your pack gets a little fucked up in your pocket. Next thing you know, all your fucking glue strips are all fucking wonky and half fucked up. You can't get them sealed. Like, yeah, and honestly, that little magnet helps so much to fucking keep that shit just flat and perfect. It's awesome. Yeah, I really do love those papers. But honestly, if I'm really gonna do it though, these fucking king palms, dude, I've been digging the shit out of these.
Okay, so sell me on these because actually, like, I think I still have a pack of king palms around that Terp sent me, like when he sent me a bunch of fucking beans. I think it's the mystery beans that I don't know what they are. He sent me some king palms, and like, I'm not a blunt guy. Never, just where whatever wasn't really my thing. But yeah, what are these king palms? Sell me on them,
dude. I mean, the thing is right. The big part of why I ended up hated smoking way back when was all you could taste is paper. I remember back in the day when you had a fucking joint, and you tried to roll it and shit, and you didn't have enough weed to fill a paper, but you rolled that whole paper around that motherfucker anyway because you weren't smart enough to do it backwards and take the excess off. So you had just a shitty papery joint, right? No. So I hate like I was saying, this is a last resort ever. I always have a fucking set of tops, but dude, it doesn't matter how thin you roll these motherfuckers are terrible.
That's awful.
Right? It's like smoking fucking newspaper. So, these, dude, I get no taste from them whatsoever. It tastes like pure, just nice, whatever cannabis you're smoking at the time. Whatever flavor that is, man, it really does just really come out on it. And the filters are the shit. Like, it's structurally nice, and you get a lot of airflow through them. You don't get no shit in your mouth.
I packed mine too tight and it sucked ass. I fucking hated it.
Well, because I'm pretty sure.
Filter?
No, well, those fucking king palms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you pack them too tight?
I packed the one that I had. Yeah, I packed it too tight, and then it just was a terrible experience. So
yeah, it is if you fucking try to cram that shit in. But that's like a joint too. You roll a joint too tight, it's fucking.
Well, I know, but I roll a joint. I don't fucking stuff a joint. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and that's so. The other thing is like a big draw to it for me is these damn filters, right? Like these.
I agree on the filter though. Filter is
and you know you
premium.
can just buy these fucking filters. You can just buy like cool. 5 packs of these fucking filters now, and it's got a little poppy thing in the middle of it. So I think most of them, I don't remember. Yeah, it's got that little like menthol kick or something, you know, like the freaking shitty cigarettes used to have. So or whatever flavor they got. Yeah, it's got the little fucking bead in it. But yeah, dude, I do love them fucking filters, and I have like a few packs of those for when I do roll a joint. So I just wish they'd make that filter a little bigger too. Good idea. So that's what I have to say about the King Palm there, Cariboo.
Well, fuck, now I kind of, because I'm pretty sure you know what happened is I probably threw them out the last time I cleaned up around here after, because that's how it is, right? Hold on to something for a year and a half, 2 years, and then you throw it out just before someone's going to convince you that using that thing is a good idea.
All right, thinking about this too, right? Somebody else made a good point, right? If you have some really shitty weed and you're just really not happy with it, it's got flavors too, right? And it's not flavors that you're burning either. It's just like kind of like a natural terpene pearl that you pop, and it just kind of adds it, you know, as you're drawing your smoke through the filter. So right, it's got that little effect to it too, and you know, unlike like a Juicy J or some shit like that, where you know you're just burning those weird ass chemicals, and they don't fucking taste right anyway. So
that's because you're badass, Adam.
Fuck yeah, we're gonna do that. That's gonna be so good.
It's only gonna be filled an eighth of a way though. Just kidding.
Fuck no, man, we're gonna fill that whole bitch.
I think with you guys, that's gonna be one hell of a time.
Hell yeah. Could you imagine like all the people like we get to talk to and all that, and just thinking of like fucking Thunder Dan's like Banana Daddy, and like fucking Lobster's been kind of showing off some of that Moon Tower and some of that grapple fritter, and I don't know, you know, I'm gonna throw some fucking Mac Burger, some fucking sweet tea, some fucking Adam's Black Forest up in that bitch. Just a fucking layered joint of all the awesomeness that we've heard about in the past fucking few months. That sounds so awesome to me.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And figured us Canadians, Rick, are gonna miss out on it. Hang our heads in disappointment.
Hey, I thought we heard one of them was gonna try to fucking come this way.
There's been a few of you guys, a few that are gonna try and make it down there, so it's exciting.
That's super fucking exciting.
What I would like to see is as much footage put together for that as possible, and even I was talking to, I think it was Johnny and Paula earlier. Now that there's a bunch of you that have the keys to the castle, so to speak, in terms of firing up live streams and shit like that down there, you guys could have the ability to go live if there's get into doing something special or whatever like that, because there's always going to be some stupid kind of games that are going to get played because, you know, a bunch of high people do shit like that, you know. You go, oh fuck, we'll check this out. You know.
Is this location far from you, Goddess?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Oh yeah, I would totally have to fly. It's like 16-hour drive or something.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I thought it was. Remind me where it is again.
It's not in Michigan, if that's what you thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michigan's close to me. I can drive to Michigan in 6 hours.
That's all bad.
Still a haul, but
yeah. Fucking work. These things, I agree. Those cellulose papers are kind of fucking cool, and I didn't really notice a whole lot of taste with those. Thought those were pretty bitchin'.
See, I fucking all I do is taste with those. Like it tastes awful
No
to
shit.
me. Yeah, I can.
Really?
It's like nothing but fucking chemical, man.
I'm with you, Bees. I've tried them a couple times as like a novelty thing. I remember the ex even loaded my stocking with like a half a dozen packs one year for Christmas, and it was like you smoke one or two, and it's just like, ugh. But I think it was also terp that showed me a trick. You could take those, and if you got like a busted stem on your plant, use one of those, wrap it around your plant.
Oh, okay.
They are great for that. They make a great little fucking band-aid for a broken branch. That is true.
Yeah. I don't know. I gave them to somebody else because to them it had no taste. And I was like, sweet, well,
yeah, dude. I don't taste it. I don't taste it at all.
Yeah, I don't enjoy it, so have at it.
But I mean, I've also never gone back to buy them either. I mean, I stick with my elements or my fancy ass OCBs here. So, yeah. So I mean, I've never gone back to get them, so they weren't that fucking good, apparently.
Right. Well, they're not Randy's, but you know.
Dude, I was just thinking, like, I remember back in the day, man, when I was rolling joints, I thought I was all fucking fancy. I used to get the Joker 1.5s. Oh yeah, just rolling. I mean, we was rolling big old fucking hog legs, you know, but you're still like so much paper. And I bought them because they rolled easy, right? that's the only reason. That's the only fucking reason. Those papers were terrible.
We just started selling the Randys with the fucking wire down them. Yeah, we totally just started selling those.
Yeah, man. Every head shop's got to sell those, man. They're a staple. I mean, I might even have a pack around here somewhere. I ain't going to use them.
First joint I ever smoked was Randy's paper.
Yeah, I think pretty much. Yeah. What the fuck is in that joint?
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
No, it was more like, why is this joint burning like shit? Like, you fucking suck at rolling joints. And he's like, no, there's a wire in it. And I was like, oh.
Oh, that explains it.
Well, bro, you can taste that wire so hard.
Oh, it's a cool novelty. The whole thing. It's another one of those things that I don't know anybody that uses them.
Yeah, the first time I saw one, I questioned the weed because, you know, we like ashed it and there was still like that little stick sticking off. And you're like, dude, is that a stem and it's not even fucking burning? Like, what the fuck's wrong with your shit? Yeah. Or like some weird fucking hair. Like, what the fuck's going on in there, man? Yeah, and then you realize it tastes like fucking the metal. You're like, ew.
Yeah, probably the cheapest grade tin or whatever too. So you're probably like contributing to like Alzheimer's or some weird shit when you're doing that. So,
we do sell raw as well, just to clear that up.
Give you the option.
Yeah, we're open to endorsements, so if they want to fucking contact us.
Negotiations can be made.
I'll start wearing a lanyard if I have to.
That's actually a super interest. Wow. Huh. I am gonna have to look at that because that would definitely change my perspective on what papers I'm using.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, hopefully they're not in whatever box that we just ordered because that would depend. I know that now. Be like, fuck, that's the one that I just found out about. Can't do that.
But guys, I like these papers.
Yeah, I thought I just found my new favorite brand. Yeah, that would be about the sum of it. I'm looking at the time here. It's about time to wrap it up. Anyone else got anything they want to throw in there before we get going?
I would like to maybe just throw in case nobody is aware, nobody on the fucking planet is aware. Tomorrow night, Let's Be Buzzed, 9 p.m. We've got Tommy Chong. Maybe and Shelby will be joining us. So please tune in.
We'll be there, Rick. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure by the time the show airs tonight, you'll have figured out how to. Is it the Twilight Zone where it's like I am control of your vertical and your horizontal, and you'll just like have your fucking shit broadcast forcefully into our computers. I have faith in you to do that by now. It's going to be a great show. It absolutely will be. That's a big deal. It's a very big deal, Rick. Fucking congratulations to you on that one.
I just want to say, yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to Rick. And you deserve it, bud. You've been working hard. Congrats. Thank you to chat as always, man. You guys are awesome. Thanks for showing up. Fucking love y'all, man. And you guys are kind of cool too.
Yeah.
We have our moments. All right.
Great to see everybody. Oh, and my girlfriend just showed up as well in chat there, so I'm glad to see that.
What, blow up dolls in chat?
Well, yeah, but Stony got her before I could nail her. Stony nailed her, so.
Sloppy seconds.
You know, that's the only thing I'm gonna really